Welcome to Goat Island. I'm your host, the Big Ka Huzzi, and this is your weekly sports. Starting off with team sports. In football, the Premier League has been over for 2 weeks already since the Reds won the race to the cup. But it just wasn't enough. And yesterday, Liverpool pulled another stunt, refusing to lose to the Gunners. For no other reason than to remind Arsenal that we just don't like you. And you'll always be the best at coming second. Yeah. You did great though. Just remember, next time you want to judge how the GOATs won the league, take a moment and think about it. Because if we didn't beat Spurs, then what were you going to say if we won the cup against you? Yeah. Pipe down. And you'll get a chance to speak when you win a cup. Over in rugby, the Stormers dog walk the Dragons 48-12. Because Dragons might fly high, but the Stormers live in the sky. These city boys proved again it's not just a name, but that they belong at the top. Over in Super Rugby Pacific news, the Blues just won against the Fijian Drua, and they weren't traveling all the way to Fiji to lose. 34-5. Shame. In the NRL, the Broncos, we might be taking this season to decide our proper NRL team, cause first the Warriors and now the shit. And before we stop with team sports, United is actually in the finals, which means that although we will never stop reminding you that they suck, they actually have a chance to do what Arsenal can never do, and that's win a cup next season, right? Let's move on to combat sports. And in boxing, we're just over a week from that Saudi card, and I take it back. That win was not so clear from Canelo. And right now, if this is how he's moving, Buddy Crawford is about to dog walk his ass in September. Honestly, it would have made sense for this to be on the Garcia versus Rolly card, because seriously, I watched this back twice and Canelo just looks over it. Yeah. This month in boxing really isn't looking too good at this point, because the exciting fights are all done with nothing but Caleb left at the end of the month. And if that's how the pound for pounds and young hyped fighters are looking, then this month is not going to be diesel. It's been less than decent already. In the UFC, the next UFC fight night is this weekend, and honestly, just forget it. Look, you never know what's going to happen. But on the main card, there's only 2 fighters you've heard of, and that's if you're a real MMA fan. And if you're a casual, then maybe 1 fighter. And the last fight night was fire, but this, nah fam. It's a no from the island. We'll still watch, but just no. And then UFC 315. This was fucking terrible. But it happens. Only 1 finish on the main card. And these results weren't in our favor. Bilal gets too much hate if we're being honest. But really, my guy, now, let's go from start to finish. Benoit Saint Denis won by submission due to an arm triangle. Alexis Grasso was defeated via decision. Jose Aldo lost, but he also retired, so I guess it's just his time. GOAT career started before Conor and had his last fight while the Notorious is busy with side quests. Then in the co-main event, Bullet Shevchenko won, but via decision. And in the main event, Bilal couldn't push out the decision against JDM, which means not only do we have a new champion at 170, but now we won't see Islam versus Topuria in July. It will instead be Oliveira, most likely for the interim title against Topuria. And I bet that if Topuria wins, then right after Islam goes up and takes that welterweight belt, he'll face El Matador to unify the lightweight title. Pivoting to professional wrestling, John Cena returned to WWE TV prior to Backlash, and Jacob Fatu is keeping shit hot over on SmackDown. And it looks like Rollins will introduce a new member to his faction with Braun Breaker and Paulie over on Raw, setting up a 6-man with Ye, the Champ J, Sami Zayn, and CM Punk. So it looks alright for TV, but we have to rate this past week with Backlash, and keeping that in mind, it's a 7 out of 10. Yeah. Not too good, not too bad. With Backlash out of the way and still no sign of Roman Reigns, the next major date is Saturday night's main event 39 on the 24th of May. But it's like WWE cares less about this than us because there isn't a single match announced yet. The Backlash results are in, and we didn't call this match, but Penta versus Dom Mysterio happened. And we didn't call it because the news came only after last week's sports drop, but Viva la Raza, and still Dominic retains the Intercontinental Championship. Now, more importantly, in the US title match, we knew it, because you better get in where you fit in, yada mean, and still Jacob Fatu retains with super unnecessary help from Solo and a debuting Jeff Cobb. I don't know either. Becky Lynch did not win the Women's Intercontinental Championship, but she did whoop Lyra's ass afterwards. And I would say this rivalry is just getting started. Gunther beat Pat McAfee, but I mean, what did you expect? Still though, impressive performance from Pat, and it worked out, putting both Gunther and Pat over. And then there was one, the never before seen 17. Mic check, this is basic thugonomics, and no, it's not Marky Mark. John Cena beat Randy Orton to retain, and still the one and only, the last real champion. Big Match John retains the WWE Championship. And I don't care about the low blow or R-Truth interference. I wouldn't care if little Jimmy helped John. He's not losing the title until much later in the year. And then you won't be able to see him again. Another week means another 7 days of MJF carrying AEW on his shoulders. And really, they've dragged this whole storyline out way too long. But if you're Tony Khan, what else can you do? All your major matches and championships are revolving around ex-WWE guys who couldn't make it to the top there. And the moment this MJF Hurt Syndicate angle is done, then the quicker people are going to see that this is really just a waste of everybody's time. Now it's time for another Ka Huzzi Says So segment. Not fitting into your skinny jeans anymore? Well, it's crazy that you're wearing skinny jeans when you're not. Maybe try fasting for the first half of the day and not rewarding yourself, because look at the mirror. You don't deserve it. Earn it. Can't seem to get those muscles you've been trying hard for? Well, make sure to get proper rest and recovery, not just days in between training a muscle group, but also don't delay feeding the muscle after a hard sesh. No diddy. And try and sleep at least 6 hours during training days. Time management is never easy, but if you're still not getting it right, try and at least move for 5 minutes or more a day to start. Do that for 2 or 3 months, and it'll help get your mind around making time, and you can do more moving forward. Mindset is everything, and honestly, you just need to understand that you're fighting for consistency and stop thinking it's a choice. Because if it's a choice, then you're choosing to be a disappointment. And that's on you. Do better. That's it out for this week's Sports Drop. You should probably, like and subscribe. And if you have any thoughts, drop a comment. And from Goat Island, this is the Big Ka Huzzi. We'll check you again.